from our main strategy. And our main strategy is our strategy called 3% 300x. Where did this strategy come from? Basically, yes, I know that I'm the founder of the strategy, but allow me, ladies and gentlemen, I try to inform you where the strategy came from. When I was invited in Royal Q in 2021, when I was invited in Royal Q in 2021, I still have that document, but I'm not going to look for it here because of time. I just want to focus on the class. When I was invited in Royal Q in 2021, and that was the bullish, I found a statement written by Royal Q that if someone had free money, if someone had free money equal to $100,000, they could make between 10% to 50% of this principal. You know, in Royal Q, we call this a principal amount. It's called principal amount. This is their principal amount. They could make between 10% to 50% of their capital on a monthly basis, not on a daily basis. So Royal Q did a sample space, and they said, if they make $100,000, if this is their principal, and they make 10% of $100,000, it means that they will have made $10,000 a month. It means they have made 10%, and that is $10,000 a month using their capital. Royal Q said, the next month, this person will have $11,000 as their new principal. And if they make 10% of their $11,000, it means that the next month, they will have made $11,000 as their profit. The third month, Royal Q said that the new principal will be now $11,000 plus the 100, so this is 110,000. So the plus this one that they made as a profit. So I discovered that the next month, this person would now have this as their capital. So I discovered that Royal Q can make me a millionaire, me personally, when I got started. But I had a challenge that I never had the capital that would make me a millionaire. Am I clear with someone tonight? I never had the capital that I never had $100,000. Okay, I never had $100,000 as my starting principal capital. To allow this to happen, that at the end of the year, yes, I will still have my principal, but I would also have made a very good profit. But two things were happening with this. One, apart from having capital, Royal Q was looking at another factor that I usually talk about, and that is compounding. And so, looking at these two factors, as the crypto ambassadors, we introduced a strategy. And this strategy is a strategy we call 3% 300x strategy. And the 3% 300x strategy that we introduced as the crypto ambassadors was going to sit on a major important factor, is to help you move any amount of capital you have. And the minimum was $100. Was to move this to $100,000, so that when you have this, you can now be able to compound. And when you are able to compound your money, you are able to grow your money, then it will be very easy for you to be able, whether the market is good or the market is bad, to at least make a minimum of 10% of your $100,000 residually. Because using $100,000 as your capital, you do not need to analyze the market. You do not need to know where the market is going. You can be able to basically and purely automate your robot, and you have a sure deal of 10% of your capital on a monthly basis. And so, by introducing our strategy called the 3% 300X, we looked at so many factors. One, I know many people don't know about this, but I needed to bring you the background of crypto ambassadors. We looked at so many factors as the crypto ambassadors. And factor number one, we said, most of the people that join our team have less capital, but Royal Q can be fully automated. Royal Q can be fully automated. When I talk about fully automated, you don't need to have any prior knowledge in trading. You just automate your robot. And when you automate your robot, you can basically be able to trade and use this robot and make money. And as we speak so far right now, Royal Q has close to over 400 cryptocurrencies tradable by the exchange of Binance. I'll use Binance as an example. And basically, when we talk about automating, you just need to trade all the coins. You just need to trade all the coins and give them a big drop. For example, I usually take and say, if I have $500 and I trade 400 coins as an example, 5 times 4 is what? Is it 20? Then we bring this 0. Then we bring this 0. Basically, you would need around $200,000 so that you trade all the coins. Okay? You trade all the coins. You need $200,000 to trade all the coins. But we have discovered that most people don't have this capital. So we opted for the second option. And the second option is to say, let us use this robot in a semi-automatic way. In a semi-automatic way. And the semi-automatic way strategy involves the following. 1, coin selection. Number 2, right time entry. Number 3, right settings. Number 4, wallet management. And so, as we want to use this robot in a semi-automatic way, the following factors must be key. Although we have introduced the RSI that I will talk about on Wednesday this week, that solves the following. 1, the RSI solves coin selection, the RSI solves right time entry, the RSI solves right settings, although we can just look into wallet management. And so we decided to bring our strategy called 3%, 300X strategy. And it is, when we introduced this strategy, I partnered with another team, that is Team Superstars. We worked together and we partnered to make sure that this strategy becomes very, very successful. And before I basically get started, just a minute, friends, before I basically push this very far, I want to find out from you. I want to find out from you who is listening to me whether you have seen signals whose take profit is 3%. Let me know in the chat. Because that's where my teaching is going to base today. Have you seen signals? Have you seen signals of 3%? You find that there are signals sent to you and they are strictly 3%. They are seated on this strategy. Now, it is very important. Yes, I see people are saying on a daily basis. These signals are a little bit strict on how they operate. One, we send these signals 3 times a day. One, we send these signals very early in the morning. We at times send another signal in the afternoon. And then we send a last signal in the evening. Why? We send our morning signal in day because we want you to make profit in a day. But remember, we don't control the market. If you miss out on this one, we send you another signal in the afternoon. We also understand that in the evening, as you are going to sleep, we send you another signal so that when you wake up in the morning, you can be able to make profit. So that you can be able to make profit by the time you wake up in the morning. So these are our signals. As these signals are being dropped, these signals of 3%, 300x strategy, in most cases, they use what we call a preset price. Because in the crypto ambassadors, we provide 2 kinds of signals. We provide signals with a preset price, and we provide signals with a current price. Okay? So we provide these 2 kinds of signals. We provide signals with a preset price, and we provide signals with a current price. What is the difference? Signals of the preset price and signals of the current price. Current price signals are usually one, they deliver very fast. In most cases, they deliver very fast, but when the market changes, they also float big time. Preset price signals, they delay to deliver sometimes, but they do not cause too much floating. Now, people usually tell me that why don't we provide preset price signals only? There's someone over calling me, but I don't have any help. People usually ask me, why don't we provide signals with only a preset price or signals with only a current price? I would definitely like to tell you that for us, we give you everything. It's you to choose where you belong. So it's up to you to choose a preset price signal, or it's up to you to choose a current price signal. No matter which signals you receive, the settings can remain the same. Give me a 1 in the chat if I'm clear. No matter which signals you are going to receive, the settings remain the same, because now I want to go into the setting category. I want to go to the setting category. I want to now go to settings. Are we ready? I hope now you understand. I hope now you understand. Are we ready? Are we ready? Signals have nothing to do with RSI. Give me a 2 in the chat if my statement is clear. Signals have nothing to do with RSI. Don't confuse the two. RSI is using RSI. Here, we are entering at a certain price. So do not put in RSI. Do not put in RSI when now we are talking about what? Signals. Signals are different and RSI is RSI. Do not confuse the two. RSI lesson, we meet on Wednesday. Now, let's now dive into this in another perfect way. When you receive a signal, what are the two important things? These are the most important things. When you receive a signal, one, the name of the coin. Two, the take profit, which is TP. TP stands for take profit. Three, entry price. These are the three things you need to look at a signal. When they send a signal, what is the name of the coin? When they send a signal, how much is the take profit? When they send a signal, what is the entry price? Is it a preset? What is a preset price? A preset price is a price lower in the market, that the market is here, but we want the market to come down here for the robot to buy. It's a preset price, or it is a current price. A current price means that you are just going to go to that coin and you tap start. If you have understood these three, give me a yes in the chat. So no matter which signal is sent to you, you don't focus on the rest of the information. You focus, what is the name of the coin? How much is the take profit? Am I entering at a preset price or am I entering at the current price? So those are the important three things you need to look at. The drop size given is not important because we are going to talk about giving right settings and wallet management. And the settings I'm going to talk about, they can work anywhere. Okay? They can work anywhere. Now, point number 3, since this is now clear. Important. We do not trade to make money. We do not trade to make money. What do? We trade to win a trade. Most of you, the reason why you are struggling with our business is that you trade to make money. And because you trade to make money, you become so greedy and you want to become rich tomorrow morning. Someone has $100 and they want $100 as profit every single day. You are trading to make money and you are going to do great mistakes. And you know, since we are dealing with money, the mistakes are costly. But when we trade to win a trade, we understand that in a long term, this is where the business is, in the long term, we shall make the money. How are we going to make the money, my brothers and sisters? We are only going to make the money by understanding the power of compounding. This is where the money is. The money is not in the profit. The money is in the compounding. I I enter trade A, I make $5. My first buying amount was 20. When I'm trading trade B, my new first buying amount will be 25. I'm compounding. My $20, which is my first buying amount, plus my profit that I've made, I'm now going in with the 25. This is when you are trading to win a trade. But when you are trading to make money, you have $500. Go in with your $500 because it is a signal. And the market goes against you and you wait for long because you were trading to make money. But as the crypto ambassadors, we trade to win a trade because we understand that in the long term, we shall make money. What do I mean by long term? For example, if I make $20 today and I make $30 today and I make $50 today and I make $60 today and I make $10 today, at the end of the week, I will have made, let me say this is 70. I'm not good at mathematics. This one, yeah, I'm not very good, but this looks like a 50. This is 100, 110. You find that I have my $130 in my 5 days. Vis-a-vis, namukwaya. Vis-a-vis namukwaya. Vis-a-vis namukwaya, who is treating this like a gambling, and namukwaya wants to make $500 a day, and Namu goes in with all $500, and Namu, yes, Namu is happy. Namu goes in and makes $80 today. Then Nam goes in another coin with 580, and this time around, instead of Namu making profit, the market goes against Namu, and Namu waits for 4 months. These are the people that are outside there speaking bad about the business. They speak bad about the business. Why? Because Nam in Namuquarism, we want to turn this into a magic. And so, since Nam wants to turn this into a magic streak, you see, Namu wants to buy a car. You see, Namu wants to buy land. You see, Namu was told the crypto makes you rich. So Namu Choir comes with all her excitement, with her Namu Choir, and wants to turn the $500 into $10,000 in a blink of an eye. And the market does not understand Namu Choir's problems, and Namu Choir gets burnt. And whenever Namukwaya finds you anywhere in the business, they brought me, those things don't work. I have never seen it. Had I known it, I wouldn't join it. Why are you bringing Namukwayarism in crypto trading? Am I clear? Am I clear? Are we following? Are we following? Because after understanding, now I want to go to setting up your robot. Are we following? Now let's go to wallet management. Let's go to wallet management. Then we go to settings and then we dive off. Wallet management. Wallet management. Okay. Let's go to wallet management. Wallet management. Okay. Now, no matter which capital you have, okay, you have purchased your robot $120. You understand that on every profit the robot will make for you, you'll be charged 20% of the profit. So if you make $100, Royal Q will take $20. It cannot pick it from your Royal Q. So from your account. So let's get to wallet management. So you now have capital in your Binance and you want to trade. Whether you have $20, whether you have 50, whether you have 500, whether you have 1,000, whether you have 10,000, whether you have $20,000, whether you have $1 million. The first question number one you need to answer is, how much do I want to use per coin? Am I clear? Give me a yes in the chat if I'm clear. The first question you needed to answer before you approach our signals is simple. How much do I want to use per coin? This is a personal decision. Am I clear? This is a personal decision. I have nothing to influence about this. Because this is the difference. Explain it this way, okay? Partner A has $100 and partner B has $200. Okay. Partner A decides to say, each coin I'll use $50. Partner B says, I'll trade one coin at a time. But there is also partner C who has $1,000, who also decides to say, I will trade one coin at what? At a time. But also partner D here, who has $500, who decides to trade, to say, I will trade 3 coins at a time. It means that this one of 100 will have divided their capital into 2. One of 500 will have divided their capital into 3. But also partner D can decide to say, I will trade each coin with $100, and he divides his capital into 5. Am I clear? Am I clear? I have no influence about it. It is your personal decision. Am I clear? Am I clear? Okay, let me back up with the reason. Okay? Because I want you to decide. Let me back it up with the reason. Okay, let me back it up with the reason. I have nothing to do about this. I have no control about it. My role is just to guide you, but decisions remain yours. Now let me define. Let me just get into, back it up with a reason. In cryptocurrency, we have the king of the market. The king of the market. Who is the king of the market in crypto? Some answers in the chat. Who is the king of the market in crypto? Some answers in the chat. Who is the king of the market? Or the queen, anywhere you want to call it. Who is the king or the queen of the market? Any you want to call him or her, I don't care. So the king is called Bitcoin, BTC. And this brings a very important topic called Bitcoin dominance, BTC dominance. Bitcoin dominance. What is Bitcoin dominance? Bitcoin dominance is the price of Bitcoin at the moment, times the circulating supply of Bitcoin, And this brings what we call coin market cap. Now, coin market cap is the total of money in Bitcoin. For example, this morning, when we visit coinmarketcap.com, let me just run there very fast. For example, this morning, let me just run there very fast. For example, this morning, let me show you. I hope we are learning, because my remaining minutes, me, I will be very, I will use very few seconds. If you don't focus on the lesson, when I come on settings, I'll just run through. Me, I spend very few minutes on settings. So if you are focusing, let me focus on understanding. When you understand, the settings become easy. Okay, let's visit here so that I show you what I'm talking about. Good. We are there. This is the website called coinmarketcap.com. And the total amount of money, see my screen. Could you tell me how much is in the market today? If you can see my screen, can you tell me how much is in the market today? It is called the global market cap. Today, how much is in the market? Some answers in the chat, those who are seeing my screen. How much is in the market? You can't see. Okay. Just a minute. Okay. How much is in the market? Some answers in the chat. How much is in the market? Some answers in the chat. Yes, we gave you Tone. Tone is going to do well. You see, now that's why me, I laugh to me, I laugh. You know, me, I usually laugh to when you bring negativity in crypto will respond with positivity. You see, when they arrested the founder of Telegram, the Tone coin went down. But now you watch Tone. It's going to go up because he's everywhere in the news. Okay, you know, governments don't understand that, but we have nothing to do with them. Can we see this is the total amount of money, specifically in the whole market? Now, Bitcoin dominance is that, you see, when we compare the amount of money in Bitcoin compared to other cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin dominates with 56.2%. It means that there is more money in Bitcoin compared to other cryptocurrencies. One in the chat, if that is clear. That's what we call Bitcoin dominance. Now, this usually affects the performance of the general market. Okay? And it brings in a phenomenon. Now, I'm going back to my lesson. I'm not time here because I will go a lot of off topic, and I just want to keep to my topic. I don't want to go astray. I don't want to go into other things now. And I'm not going to go into Bitcoin dominance. Now, this brings a phenomenon or an understanding that today Bitcoin might be high, today Bitcoin might be high, and tomorrow Bitcoin might be low. Then the next day, Bitcoin goes high. Then the next day, Bitcoin goes down. Then the next day, Bitcoin goes high. Then the next day, Bitcoin goes down. Then the next day, Bitcoin goes high. Then the next day, Bitcoin goes down. And since now, you see, that's why now we say Bitcoin is on an uptrend. Now, when I enter signal A here and it goes high, I'll make money. Baby, come, my dear. No, come. Come, okay. Come. So when I enter signal B here, and the market goes down, here I'll be in floating loss. But when I enter signal C here, and the market goes down, this will deliver, and this will also deliver. But this that I'll enter here will enter floating loss. Am I making sense to someone? and I enter this one here. When the market goes up, this will be in profit and this will be in profit. Am I making sense? So because of that, I might decide not to expose all my capital in one coin. But still, I can put all my capital in one coin, open many margins, like we are going to see, open many margins that even if this coin is down, but it is buying and selling and giving me profit before it returns to give me everything. Give me a yes in the chat if I'm clear. Joe. If you have understood, give me a yes in the chat. So it's up to you. It is up to you. Now I have a question and I need an answer. From what I have explained, it's possible to make money every day in Royal Q. I need some answers in the chat. Now, the reason why people, I've seen someone post something somewhere. My administrators, can you cross-check? Leader Saul, can you cross-check? Can you cross-check on all the crypto ambassador groups? There's someone who has posted something. I've seen it on my other phone. Leader Saul, could you and get everybody? You just remove that one. There's someone I've seen post something. Could you clear it off? May I know there's someone who's saying it depends on volatility of the coin. No. I have a question. When you open very many margin calls, will you make profit every single day? Whether the coin is... Give me some answers in the chat. Whether the coin is slow, whether the coin is sideways, will you make profit every single day? The answer is yes. Yes. It is not about volatility of the market. You'll be in floating loss, but you'll be making money every single day. You need to be very clear. And people are here, they are beneficiary. You will be making money every single day. There is no day you do not make profit. The challenge that most people suffer with our business is greed. Am I clear? Even if coins do not deliver, you will be making profit every day. I'm sure about what I'm saying. The profit might not be much, but you'll be making profit every single day. So make your choice. Royal Q is a business that you start and you profit every single day. The decision is up to you. The decision is up to you. And where is the decision? The decision is in wallet. The decision is in wallet management. That's where most of you lose out. Now I want to go practical. Are we ready? Are we ready to go practical? Okay? Are we ready to go practical now? Especially you people who are in a business and you are not making money. You see, there are these people who are in a business and they are not making money. Especially you people who are in our business and you are like night dancers. We make money, you don't make money. So you are everywhere. You are everywhere. When we post the results, you are like salivating. We post the results, you salivate, you salivate. Why is my phone not connecting? You salivate, you salivate. You become numb. You are numb everywhere, you are numb everywhere. When you find us online, you want to curse us. When you see me moving, you feel like I'm the one who brought problem. Making money per day. Now, friends, as the crypto ambassadors, we have solved the problem of coin selection. One, on Wednesday, I will be here and I will talk about RSI. But now I'm talking about signals, okay? Now, let's get started. Number one, you need to tap on mine and create a strategy according to your capital. Am I clear? Now we are going to tap on mine. Then we tap on my strategy setting. Am I slow enough? I've tapped on mine. I'm going to tap on mine. Okay. I'm going to tap on mine. Then I tap on my strategy setting to create a strategy depending on my capital. The settings we are going to provide are of two ways. What the robot will do from our entry price when the market goes up, and what the robot will do from our entry price when the market goes down. Am I clear? Give me a yes in the chat if I'm clear. I want to be very slow. I want to be very, very, very slow. It is important to know that sometimes you can enter a coin and it does not buy any margin call. You enter, it delivers. And it does not add in more money, so it gives you little gives you little profits. Now, one more time about what? Some of you become as heavy as a stone. Now, one more time about what? Sincere. Do I need to repeat one more time? I repeat about what? What? Sincerely. Please be here if you are here. Don't make learning also very hard. Now, one more time about what? Sincerely. Some of you also make teaching very hard. From where now? Some people you are very, but let's go. You tap on mine, be here. Don't multitask. Tap on mine. Then you tap on my strategy setting. Tap on mine. Then tap on my strategy setting. Is that clear? Give me one in the chat if it is clear. Good. Now let's go. So I tap on strategy setting. We are going to provide two major instructions. What the robot should do when the market goes up from our entry, and what the robot should do when the market goes down from our entry. As simple as that. So if you are new, tap on add it now. If you are old like me, tap on the plus sign. Now, the area has opened. When the area has opened, it starts with a risk type. And it says that the risk type should be steady or radical when I tap on the arrow, or conservative. This can be used if we are going to follow the default settings of Royal Q. But we don't care whether it is radical or conservative or steady, since we are going to use our own strategy. Give me a yes in the chat if that is clear. So I will not care. So this strategy, the next one is giving it a remark, giving it a name. So I'm going to name my strategy Namukwaya strategy. Nam. I'm going to name mine Nam. It is up to you whether you give it which name. You can name it according to your capital. For example, this I could say, this is a $500 strategy. Someone says he wants to call it Bosco strategy. Someone says he wants to call it Bosco. And someone says he wants to call it Bosco strategy. Any name you want, it is up to you. It is none of my business. So someone says someone is crying because of Bosco. So I will go back to Nam. Nam choir. So I will remain to my strategy. Now next is first buying amount. According to my capital, how much do I want the robot to start with? For example, I want to use $500 on this coin. How much on my $500 do I want my robot to start with in the market? To have so many decisions to make. One, you can say, I want my first buying amount to be $5, which means $500 divided by 5. The robot will put in the remaining balance 100 times. I know some people are going to type 99. Wait. So it means that I want my robot to start with $5. The remaining of the balance, it will put it into the market slowly. So which means, since it is 5 times 100, that will give me 500, but the robot will buy $5 before it brings the remaining balance. So I will put here 99, which means it will be the first time it goes into the market with $5, and the 99 times it will come in the market. The total, there will be 100. So it means that for me, if I want to use, my first buying amount will be $5. Then another person says, no, I want mine to be 10. It means that $500 divided by 10, there will be 50. So it means here there will be 49. Am I clear? Now, what is the difference between 1 and 2? The difference between 1 and 2 is if the market continues to keep going down, the 1 for 1 will be buying and selling. Am I clear? But if the market goes down 49 times and it still continues going down, the 1 for this one will wait. Am I clear? Give me a yes in the chat if I'm clear. Give me a yes in the chat if now you understand 1 and 2. Am I? That's the difference. Now someone is about to ask me which one is the best. The best comes from how you feel when the coin goes against you. Now, there is also another one where we say $500 times 15% of my capital, which is $75. So for me, I could say, I'll put here $75. Then $500 minus 75, it will be 425. So the 425 divided by either by 10 or either by 5 to get the number of margin calls. Am I clear? Am I clear? I can decide to use 15% of my capital to be my first buying amount. Or I can decide to use 30% of my capital to be my first buying amount. Let's go to calculate. $500 times 30%. So someone says, no, me, I want my first buying amount to be 150. So 150 minus 500. Let the 350 work in my margin calls. So he has 350. Another person says, me, I have 350. I want the robot to be putting in $10. It will buy 35 times. Another one says, me, I want my robot to be putting in $5. It will buy 70 times. Am I clear? Am I clear? I'm still discussing this, but I want to make sure you understand. Now, I have a question. If someone tells you this is a strategy for this capital, are they right? Because I'm going to show you all the settings. It's up to you. If someone tells you this strategy is for 100, this strategy is for 200, this strategy is for 500, are they right? No. Because you can provide settings according to your capital. Now, if you have understood how you come up with this and how you come up with this, give me a yes in the chat. Good. Someone says it is right for us who can't think. Why can't you think? Then you want money. Does this require a lot of thinking? Let me know. Does this require a lot of thinking? Someone says for us who can't think. Does this require a lot of thinking? This is just simple subtraction and addition. Is this thinking really? This is not thinking. Let us not be so weak that me, I can't think, let them think for me. Does this require thinking? Not at all, my brother. Now, let me explain this one. AI margin call and this one. When you switch on open double position, whenever the robot will be buying, it will be buying times 2. So where you say let it buy, let me say with the $10, it will buy $20. If you have understood that, give me a 2 in the chat. I'm moving very, very slow. Very, very slow. Good. Now let me go. So I will switch it off. Let me go to AI margin call. What does this one mean? AI margin call means this one. Listen very closely. Do we all see this thing called buy-in callback? Give me a 1 if you see buy-in callback. Do you see buy-in callback? Good. Now, when you go and set your robot and say, when the market drops by 0.5, so the market drops by 0.5, the robot will not buy unless the market rises by this buy-in callback, which is 0.5. So here it will not buy. But let me say, your market drop is 1%. If it rises by 0.5, the robot will buy. When you do not switch on the AI margin call, the robot will follow these instructions. Whenever the market will drop by 1% and rises by 0.5, the robot will buy. When you switch on the AI margin call, the robot will not follow these instructions. When the market drops by 1% and it rises by 0.5, it will not buy. The AI margin call will come in and monitor and see, has really this coin, is this coin really planning to go up? When you switch on the AI margin call, when it rises by, it drops by 1% and it rises by 0.5. If it is on, if it is off, the robot will buy immediately. But if it is on like this, the robot will not buy. It will wait and see, is it true that this coin has risen by 0.5 and it's now going up for me to buy? If you have understood AI margin call, give me a yes. If you have understood AI margin call, give me a yes in the chat. That's why in my teaching I say, if I open so many margin calls, I will not switch on the AI margin call. If I open a few margin calls, I will switch on the AI margin. Give me a 5 in the chat if I'm clear. When I open so many margin calls, I will not switch on the AI margin call. When I open a few margin calls, I'll switch on the AI margin call. Am I clear? Am I clear? So it is up to you. It is up to you. When you open so many margin calls, like how many, it's up to you. Now I see people asking me what is the right number. Let's go back to the mathematics because things people are confused. Let me separate for you so that you understand. A makes their first buying amount 5. B makes their first buying amount 20. Will these two get the same number of margin calls? Some answers in the chat. Will these two get the same number of margin calls? No. Have I answered the question opening very many versus opening very few? The higher the first buying amount, the lower the number of margin calls. The smaller the first buying amount, the higher the number of margin calls. Am I clear? Am I clear? Because people ask you, what is minimum? What is the maximum? Am I clear? Now, Let me go to take profit. This one. Every signal you will trade. Every signal you will trade. I will not sleep here. I'm looking at my time. Every signal you will trade, it will have a different take profit. For the signals we provide, our take profit is 3%. But if you are trading a current price, look at the signal. For example, let me go to the signal room. Let me go to the signal room. Every crypto ambassador is entitled to be here. Let me ask a question. Do signals come? Do signals come? Some answers in the chat. Because you see, as the crypto ambassadors, we have built a system. Do we send signals? The most important part. Regularly, have we ever missed? We do not miss a day. Whenever there is an opportunity, we send. So it is up to you. Every day we send, it is up to you. You either overtrade, it is up to you. Whether we send the 20 signals and you enter each coin with the $10, it is up to you. You will suffer. So even if this signal has all these ones, this one, 5 minutes, your focus as a trader is what is the name of the coin? How much is the take profit? Am I clear? Am I clear? What is the name of the coin? How much is the take profit? Simple. Simple as that. Whether it is this one, whether it is this one, what is the name of the coin? How much is the take? Now where we are, I will come on preset price. What is the name of the coin? How much is the take? Now people usually ask, can I enter D hash? Can I enter A hash? People usually ask me, I want to enter A hash. Where do I put A hash? Where do I put C hash? These dominations you see on this signal, they help me to monitor the signal giving group. I monitor who is doing what and when. It helps me. I have a big team of people who give these signals. So I monitor and I say, so it's me who we decide on these dominations, whether let it be arrow, let it be D, let it be E, let it be A. Am I clear? So stop asking me, what is A hash? What is the meaning? What is the meaning of D? What is the meaning of E? What is the meaning? Your focus, am I clear? Your focus is the name of the coin, the take profit. The name of the coin, the take profit. The next thing, they help me monitor. Am I clear? Give me a 2 in the chat if I'm clear. So stop asking. Now I want you to enter the hash. What is the hash meaning? It is up to you. Asking me, I want to put in that hash. How do I enter the hash? What is the hash? Now let me repeat. No matter what they type, don't enter 5 minutes. When you do not see a current price signal sent, ignore. Give me a 3 in the chat if I'm clear. If it is a current price signal and you have not seen it, get it from me. Leave the signal. Give me a 3 in the chat if I'm clear. If the signal is written on current price and they have sent it and you have not seen it, when they have sent it, don't come later and say, I want to enter. Is it still available? And I need also to be clear. Whoever is not a crypto ambassador is not supposed to be in this group of our signals And I'm going to come and start removing. This is not NGO. For someone to get our signal, must be a crypto ambassador, and I'm going to remove them. You cannot join elsewhere, then you come for us, we work for your people. Give me a 5 if I'm clear. So people should stop. If you are not a crypto ambassador, you are not supposed to be here. We are not your workers. I'm not the founder of Royal Chew. You join elsewhere, then you come here, I work hard every day, I don't sleep. Then people tell me, you should help us. You should help us. Am I a non-government organization? I'm not NGO, we are here for business. If other people are sleeping on the business, and for us, we are building strategies, working very hard, then you want us to be babysitting people around, accommodate everyone. No. This is not NGO, this is business. So I hope you have understood. Now, let's understand here. You have a right. You have a right. When they send you 3%, for you to say that me, I will take 2%. Am I clear? Give me one in the chat if you have a right. They send you a signal, it is for 2%, for you say me, I take 1.5. Am I clear? Don't die. Don't die on the coin. Because for you want to move out faster. They send a signal 5% for you say me, I will take 2%. People ask me, can I take a 5? Is it okay to take 1? It is your personal decision. Stop dying in my chat. Now let's go to this one. What is whole position take profit callback? And what does it mean? When the market goes up, let me say by 3%, and it comes down by this callback, that's when the robot will sell. If you want your robot to sell fast, put 0.01. If you want your robot to delay to sell, put 0.1. I'm going to give you the advantages. The difference is when I put a 2 and I put a 0.1, the difference is if it is a current price signal, I advise you to make sure that this is a 0.01. If it is a current price signal, am I clear? You want your robot to move out of this coin as fast as possible. When the market rises by 2% and comes down by 0.01, let the robot move out. Give me a 3 if I'm clear. Make sure if it is a current price signal. So you can set 2 strategies. One for current price, another one for preset price. Give me a 3 if I'm clear. Do not die on their settings where one say, you make sure you are moving out of that coin as fast as possible. Am I clear? Am I clear? But if it is a preset price signal, you can keep this 0. Why? Because when the market rises by 2% and it does not reach 0.1, instead of your robot giving you 2%, it can give you 5%. There is someone saying, won't it give me little profits? Why are we trading? Some answers in the chat. Why are we trading? Someone is saying, won't it give me little profits? Why are we trading? Why are we trading? You are still chasing profits. That's why you suffer with floating loss. You are chasing money. You are chasing money. And when you chase money, what happens? When you chase money, what happens? When you chase money, what happens? Some of you are chasing money. When you chase money, you become namu. Thank you. Thank you. You become namu choir. If you want to make big profit, just work on your first buying amount. Am I clear? Either do 30% or either do 15% to be your first buying amount. Am I clear? Am I clear? Am I clear? Just work on your first buying amount. Make it 30% or 15% of your capital. Or make it 5 or 10. It's up to you. That one I discussed. Now, let's go to this one. Then we finish with margin configuration. Here, buying callback. This buying callback works hand in hand with the margin call drop. But let's first finish margin call drop, then we come here. Now, when we opened the margin call drop, here we have the multiple buying ratio. And here we have the margin call drop. Now listen. Let us start with multiple buying ratio. It means that if my first buying amount was 75, it is 75 times 2, 75 times 4, 75 times 8, 75 times 16, 75 times 32, 75 times 62, 75 times 28. Are we there? Give me a yes in the chat. That's what it means. This is the best strategy. Give me a 5 in the chat. This is the best strategy that whenever the robot buys, it multiplies, it doubles, it doubles, it doubles, it doubles, it doubles. This is the best strategy. But I have a question. Can we all afford this strategy? Can we all afford this strategy? You know me, I don't want to pretend. Can we all afford this strategy? No. So we need to lower this setting to our capital. The capital, it needs a lot of money, but it is the best. But let me show you. I can make my first buying amount 5. Am I clear? Look here, friends. I can make my first buying amount 5. And the robot, when it drops, it puts in 10. 5 times 4, it puts in 20. Are you following? 5 times 8. Are we following? What is 5 times 8? 40. What is 5 times 16? What is 5 times 16? 8. So 10 plus 20 plus 40 plus 80, which is 150. Instead of me putting 150 to be my first buying amount, I can leave this 2, 4, 8, 16. Give me a 1 in the chat if you are following. I can leave this 2, 4, 8, 16. So that, because I know whatever the robot will buy, from the first call to the fourth call, it will sell it at once. Are you following? Are you following? Are you following? Instead of making 150 to be my first buying amount. Now people who craft my trading, he has changed D, he has changed D, he has changed D, he has changed D. He has. If I want my robot to buy with $300, let me tell you, I'll just make this my first buying amount to be 10. And whenever the robot here, it will put in $300. Plus the 5, it will be 310. Are you following? This is a very good strategy for people who are using RSI. It's a very good strategy for people who are using, you have so much current price and you're a high risk taker. Instead of you putting your $300 at the start, open these 4 margin calls. Am I clear? Am I clear? Give me a 2 in the chat if I'm clear. Now, you just need to work here. How do you want your robot to price? Place your margin calls 0.2. If you want this to buy fast, you can even make it 0.1. You put here 0.2. You put here 0.3. You put here 0.4. Why? Because whatever the robot buys, it sells at once. You put here 0.1. You put here 0.2. You put here 0.3. You put here 0.4. Are we learning? Are we learning? Even if you have less capital and you want your robot, because there is power. I don't know how I can express it. There is power with these multiples. Even if you have less capital, you can use a +1, which is 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is 4, 7, this is 10. So instead of you making your first buying amount 50, you put 5. So when it buys the first 4, it will have put in $50. Hello? This is magic. Are we there? Give me a 2 in the chat if you are learning. You know, people usually say, I will not attend the training. They always teach the same thing. No. This is what we are doing here. You are doing dollar cost averaging. You are buying more whenever the market is dropping so that you pull the average price closer to the current price. You will always get out of trades faster. Now, God cannot give you a big deal without good knowledge, Lawrence. God is very faithful. He brings the knowledge. It's not me, I don't know. God brings the knowledge whenever I'm teaching. So you want your robot to buy very fast. So instead of you putting in your money at once, I want my robot to put in $100. I can even go with the Fibonacci. The Fibonacci 1 + 2, 3. So let me start 2. 2 + 3. Then I put a 5. This is called Fibonacci. 3 + 5 is 8. Why? Because whatever the robot buys here, it sells it at once. Do you see the take profit we put for 2 is for these 4? Here, and here. Are we learning? I'm about to finish. Are we learning? So instead of you putting $75 to be your first buying amount, make your first buying amount less. Let's calculate together. If my first buying amount is 5, 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 8. Those who don't know how they calculate, first calculate Fibonacci. The first Fibonacci number is 2. So 2, the next number is 3. So 2 plus 3 is 5. So that's why I wrote 5 here. 5 plus 3 is 8. That's why I wrote 8 here. Let's add together. 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 8. What do you get? 2 plus 5 plus 8. What do you get? 18. Now, if my first buying amount was 5, 5 times 18, what do I get? 5 times 18, what do I get? 90. 90. So if I want my robot to put in $90, do you see? Do you see how it enters in a strategic way? Give me a yes in the chat. I could decide to make my first buying amount 10 times 18, it will be 180. You see how magic happens. You will get out of the coin faster and you will make more profit. Are we clear? You are using the power of martingale. You are using dollar cost averaging. Instead of your money entering at once, it will enter at different entry points. So instead of me putting 1 here on the first 4, I will use this trick. Instead of me putting 1 here on the first 4, I will use this trick. Instead of me, if I cannot afford this, I will use 2, 3, 4, 5. If my first buying amount is 5, what is the total? 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. What is the total? 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus, what is the total? 14. 14 times 5. Thank you so much. 14 times 5, you get how much? 14 times 5, you get how much? 14 times 5, you get how much? Someone says 80, 70, 80, 70. So you see, this is $70. $90. Ah, what is the right answer? 14 times 5. Hey. 14 times 5, 70. What if I want my first buying amount to be 10? You see, I go in 140. Am I clear? So I will leave mine at 2, 4, 8, 16 because it is the best. Then I say 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16. It is 30 times 5. It is $150. So instead of me making my first buying amount 150, my $500, I will use this. Is it clear? 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 Yes, instead of me using 150, I'll use $5. It is up to your capital. Then I'm using $500. Now $500 divided by minus 155 now is 345 divided by 5, 69 margin calls. So I'll save this. So I'll put here 69. margin calls. Is it 69? 69 margin calls. And my first buying amount is 5. Is it clear? Is it clear? So whenever the market will be, if the market goes against me, one did not save 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. Yeah. Whenever the market will drop, my robot will put in $5. Whenever the market will drop, my robot will put in $5 up to the end on the multiple buying ratio. Whenever the market will drop, the robot will put in $5. Now let's go to this side of multiple buying ratio. If I use 0.5, look here, 0.5, 69 margin calls, 69 margin calls times 0.5, this coin will drop 34%. I will have prepared for 34% on this coin. If I am very fearful, I will put 69%. Am I clear? If I'm not fearful, I will put 0.5, 34%. If I fear so much, I will put 69%. Am I clear? Am I clear? If I want to use AI margin call, I can even put a 0.5. If I want to use AI, my AI will be on, I'll put 0.5. So me, I have a different spirit in the market. I'll put 0.5. Is this hard? Is this hard? I know I've taken so much time, but is this hard? Is this hard? Is this hard? Let me know. Now, when you send me a signal, no matter which signal it is, no matter which signal it is, I will still trade with Mica 500. I don't care about the signal. Even if I'm going to use RSI, I will use the same settings. If I'm going to use $1,000, I just change a 5 to a 10. Am I clear? If I want to use $1,000, I just change a 5 to a 10. If I want to use $2,000, I just change a 5 to a 15. Are you following? Are you following? Are you following? If I want to use 2,500, I just change a 15 to a 20. uh, Is it clear? Now, someone is asking, can I use the same settings for 100? Someone is asking, can I use the same settings for 100? Is it possible? Someone is saying, can I use the same settings for 100? Is it possible? These settings, no. The same settings I'm using. The same settings, sure. No, friends, no. It's not possible. Now this one, God has given me this strategy. Now, 500. This is going to be my new settings. And I have a choice. And I have a choice of either switching on the AI margin call or not switching it on. But me, I'm very stubborn. 34% to me is okay. So me, I'll switch it off. But if you are fearful, switch it on. Am I clear? Am I clear? Me 34% is okay. But if you fear so much, switch it on. Now let's set 100, then we get done. So when the market will drop by 0.1, you remember our first drop? Someone says my network is poor. Is it true? Is it true that my network is poor? But I'm very clear it's your network. When the market will drop by 0.1 and rise by 0.5, so this one will not work. So I'll change this to 0.01. 0.01. So when the market will drop by 0.5, 0.1, and rise by 0.01, the robot will buy. So it will buy very fast. Is it clear? The buying callback is I want my robot to be buying very fast. Is it clear? Okay. Sub position take profit. I'll leave it at 1.3. Sub position take profit. I will leave it at 1.3. I don't want to be very greedy. When the coin rises by 1.3, let it give me profit of like $5. Am I clear? Yes, let it give me profit of like $5. Okay? Sub position take profit callback. I also make it 0.01. I want my robot to sell faster. If I want it to delay, this I explained, I could put a 0.1. One shot, not cycle. Then I save my strategy. And we now set a coin. I hope signals you see they are coming. Are signals coming? Are signals coming? I want to set a coin, then maybe come and just signals. They are selling. Those ones who traded these signals, they have sold. Those ones released in very early in the morning. At night, sell, sold. Now, they have sent a signal called the nulls. The signal is called the nulls. Can we all see nulls in the chat? Someone says, if use a bigger amount, I have explained and said, if I have $1,000, I will change my 5 to 10. Was that clear? If I have my $2,000, I will change my 5 to 15. And it will still work out. If I have my $2,500 and I want to trade one coin, I will change my 15 to my 5 to 20. Is that clear? Just like that. If I want to trade one coin with $5,000, what will be my first buying amount? What will be my first buying amount if I use the same strategy so that I save time? What will be my first buying amount? What will be my first buying amount? I have $5,000. I want 50. Thank you. It is good whether the coin is a preset, whether the coin is current, whether you're using RSI. I'll be making money in all market conditions. Simple. May have simplified. But let's now go and set a coin. So now let's set the coin is called nulls. So I just come here on my search button here and I search nulls. Nulls, it is there. See these signals. This coin is up by 68%. And they have told you to take 3%. It's not easy. It's not easy. But let us go on. So I come pick my Tap on marketing strategy board. Next below, then I tap on trade setting. Then I tap on choose a strategy manually, choose a strategy setting. I tap on my strategy. It remains with the 11 here. I change it to 5. Strategy mode. This is where the business is. Strategy mode. Make sure you put it in sub-bid mode, real-time settlement. Sub-bid mode, real-time settlement. Come down here on additional. On additional here. This one, I want it to sell very fast if it buys extra margins. On additional here, change from RSI to trigger price. Change. Some of you put RSI. No, I'm entering a signal of current price. Change from RSI to trigger price. If you are very fearful, switch on margin call, AI, but me, I'm not. So I'll save. Since they say the current price, I tap activate. Hey, I did not look at the take profit, but you see mine was already 2%. I know it will not buy. Now, waiting for the trigger price. Current. If you put in a coin and it doesn't buy, look here in this corner here. There is insufficient balance. I know. I don't have USDT. Yes, even if you have 100, put in sub-bin mode real-time settlement. Guys, I hope 2 hours were so much to be here. Is there any question I've not answered? Is there any question I've not answered? The coin is up. People say I bring this strategy. People say I share this strategy on the Telegram, right? Is it true? I share the strategy on the Telegram. We have created it here. I did not come with it. I hope we created it here. I did not come with it. Someone may say you came with a strategy. I did not come with it. We have developed it from here. Just through understanding. Any question? I hope the rest I'm just going to take a screenshot. I will not explain. I'll just take a screenshot. Now to the last one. I think the explanation has been very clear for everyone. RSI, since RSI I have not yet understood, I think I needed to do the training. Attend on Wednesday. Can you change? They are changeable. Anything can be changed at any time. I hope the training was good. And I hope you learned something. Any questions? Basically, from what we have learned. Compounding. Compounding is simple. Did I talk about compounding? Let me say nulls are sold. You is asking nulls. Let me say nulls are sold, right? And I want to trade hard. I just come here, trade setting. By the way, hard can give you a 2%. I come here, hard has sold. I made $5. Okay, I made 5. So instead of me putting 5, I'll put 10. Listen, I'll put 10. But when my robot will buy, I'll come and change the 10 for 5. That's how you compound. Yes, you can change settings at any time. What is the minimum safe trades one can do? I trade with $2,500 and I trade one coin. Have I answered you? It's up to you. I trade with $2,500 and I trade one coin. When it sells, I enter another one. Have I answered you? Have I answered you? It's up to you. You can decide to say you trade each coin with 1,000. You trade each coin with 100. It's up to you. But may I trade one coin at a time? May I trade one coin at a time? Unless otherwise, when I feel like, okay, let me trade 2. The maximum coins I trade are 2. Okay, but me I usually go in for one coin at a time. The maximum 2. Okay, the maximum 2. Yeah. RSI Longo training. Wait, check out Wednesday. This strategy can even work on RSI. When I switch on open down position, it means I want my robot to down. Instead of going in with 5, it goes in with 10. So it will be 5 times 2, which is 10 times 2. It will be so much money. How much will you use to back up the margin call? $5. Because my goal there is just to make profit. Reference for the recording. Let me show you this meeting on YouTube channel. There's someone who has cancelled my live on TikTok. You typed in with 500. You typed in with $500. Someone can make profit per day. And TikTok granted me gambling. The how to turn $100 to $100,000 using signals. Okay, sharing on Telegram. I advised all crypto ambassadors to be on our Telegram channel. This makes work very easy for me. Not these issues. Type for me and every group. No, join the Telegram channel using your uplines. Using your uplines. I will not be repeating myself. I think this lesson needs everybody to watch. Personally, I believe everybody needs to watch this lesson. Can you use this current price on those signals? The signal can work. The strategy can work on any signal, even if it is 2 margin calls. You understand the logic of the market, not on the 2 margin calls sent. Just understand the logic of the market, not on the 2 margin calls sent. The logic of the market. The market can go up. The market can even go lower than those 2 margin calls. Is it clear? But you have saved everything. You don't need to worry about anything. Someone is insisting $100 settings. I may not have the time to go into details, but let me just show you my brother, because you are worried for nothing. I see some profit on hard, but you see me, these pumping coins. I want these ones. Aplica, Sun, now here me, you can have me. I want these ones, Aplica, Polotoro, these ones, Someone $100, same strategy. There's nothing much. Tap on the plus sign. Same thing. You have $100. You can decide to make 15% of your capital, which is $15. You remain with how many? You remain with $85. You want your first buying amount to be what? To be 5. So 85 divided by 5. How much do you get? The same mathematics. I don't know why people are worried. 85 divided by 5, 17. So I'll put 17 here. Because I have a few margin calls, the AI margin call will be on. Take profit. I want to take 3%. I want to take 3%. So if I want to take 3%, 0.1, someone wants to activate their robot. I keep this 0.01. I want my robot to sell fast. Same setting, same strategy. I want my first for the robot to buy them very fast, 0.1, 0.2. I may not repeat this, 0.3, 0.4. Okay. I want my robot to be buying with how much? $5. My first buying amount is 15. But for you don't have good capital, you cannot use these because it will finish your money. Am I making sense? Give me one in the chat. Am I making sense? You cannot use this. You don't have money. For you will come with 1. But you don't want to change the $15. So your first buying amount is 15. 15 times 0.1 times 0.2 times 0.5 times 0.3 times 0.35, 34. Okay, 33, 34. So what I will do, I will put 0.3 here, 0.3, 34, 0.34. I don't need to change anything, 0.34, 0.34, 0.34, 0.34, 0.34, 0.34. All through. Why? Because 15 times 0.34, it will be $5. Am I clear? Am I clear? Give me a 2 in the chat if I'm clear. 15 times 0.34 is $5. Simple. But you must make sure that the AI margin call is on. Why? Because you have less capital. Have a nice day. Thank you for today. Bye, everyone.